don't run away. We have some very interesting creatures we'd like you to meet. Strange, but interesting. Like the blob, the giant squid, the fly, the living dead, the harpy, and a variety of very large beasts. We have monsters from mythology, monsters from the depths of the ocean, monsters from outer space, and monsters you couldn't imagine even in your worst dreams.
Now, I don't know what it is or where it came from.
Well, we don't know what it is or where it came from either. But stay with us, and we'll try to find out.
Stay where you are and bolt your doors.
So much for monsters created by mistake. Take a look now at some monsters created with great skill and patience by just one man. The dinosaur in 1 million BC. The double-headed rock in the 7th voyage of Sinbad. This thing from the depths. And the harpies in Jason and the Argonauts. What these monsters all have in common is this man, Ray Harryhausen, Hollywood's foremost inventor of movie monsters. Ray Harryhausen, a wizard of animation and special effects, an artist extraordinary whose skill and imagination has won him a special place in film history. Together with his partner, producer Charles Schneer, they have devised some astounding fantasy adventures. In the 7th voyage of Sinbad, two great beasts, the Cyclops and the Dragon, battled to the death. How was it done? Let's ask the man who did it, Ray Harryhausen.
Well, Tom, for the benefit of That's Hollywood, I'll let you in on a few secrets. There are several processes we use, including double exposure. We film the actors first and fit the monsters in later to synchronize with the action. As I recall, it took about 2 months to film this sequence. The dragon is actually about 2.5 feet long, and the Cyclops is about 13 inches tall.
In Jason and the Argonauts, a classic fantasy film based on Greek mythology, the hero comes across this fantastic creature, Hydra, the multi-headed serpent, surely one of the most complicated sequences to film.
This took almost 3 months to film. As you can see, each head moves independently, and every movement is filmed frame by frame. This is called the stop-motion process. As you know, there are 16 frames to each foot of film, and we seldom get more than 1 foot of film per day. That's why a sequence averages about, 1 month of filming for every 1 minute on the screen.
In another sequence of Jason and the Argonauts, the adventurers fight a gigantic bronze statue come to life, Talos. Mr. Harryhausen, Talos looks enormous. Just how big was he?
Well, he really wasn't very big. He was actually about 13 inches in height. But for the purpose of the story, we had to make him look enormous. The concept was based on the Colossus of Rhodes. Talos, like all the monsters in our pictures, is a completely jointed figure, all in socket joints, as in a skeleton. And its skin is a flexible substance, a rubberized type of material. The close-ups on the heel are separately constructed sets. According to Greek mythology, the only way this metal monster could be killed was by letting out his life's blood, his molten metal, by a tap in his heel.
Also in Jason and the Argonauts, one of the most incredible confrontations ever put on the screen, the battle with the skeletons. Destroy them!
This is probably the most complicated fight I've ever staged, because of the number of skeletons involved and the fact that each one has a head, a torso, 2 arms, and 2 legs to move. Again, it's a frame-by-frame job. And once we have it completed, it has to be synchronized to the actions of a previously photographed actor. It's a little confusing for the actors sometimes, as they have to perform against invisible opponents, like shadow boxing. And I imagine they are rather amazed to see the end product.
And in Mysterious Island, the survivors of a wreck stumble across an enormous crab. Ray Harryhausen, that's a mighty convincing-looking crab.
Well, Tom, I'll have to make a confession. That's a real crab, but a dead one. There are some things in nature you just can't do better than nature herself. We made the crab suitable for stop-motion photography in the same way that we do with the man-made monsters. And I must make another confession. I spent so much time with my monsters that I get rather fond of them. But they are always the villains, and they always have to lose. Still, we try to give them a bit of pathos, so that you feel a little sorry for them when they die.
Thank you, Ray Harryhausen, for letting us in on some of your tricks. And keep those monsters coming, no matter how badly actors treat them.
That's the best crab I ever cooked.
Well, monster fans, that's Hollywood.